United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Losi,
Here.
Councilmember Stanfield,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Trent.
Here.
Mayor Long.
Here. Thank you, Sienna. At this time, we have oral comments from the public. If anyone would like to address the council on anything that is not on the agenda tonight, please come up to the podium.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Arlene.
Oops.
Oh, no, she broke it.
So sorry. My name is Arlene Spires, and I wanted to announce the community Thanksgiving dinner this Thursday from 1 to 3 at the Fortuna Veterans Hall. And this will be the 14th year of the River Life Foundation hosting the community Thanksgiving. And it's free for anyone to attend. And if you'd like more information about transportation options and volunteering opportunities, please call 707-296-0415. Again, that's the community Thanksgiving dinner this Thursday from 1 to 3 at the Fortuna Veterans Hall. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll close public comment and move on to our consent calendar. We have 12 items tonight, including city council minutes, all of our monthly reports from our departments, administrative, community development, finance, parks and rec, police, public works, River Lodge, our report of disbursements, our virtual meetings resolution, and our alcohol beverage control Office of Traffic Safety grant contract, and an amendment to between the City of Fortuna and the Humboldt Skate Park Collective. Does anyone wish to pull anything? All right.
Ask for public comment.
No, they can
I'll move
already
to
comment.
approve the consent calendar as printed.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Moving on to our city council business, authorize the acceptance and execution of the grant funds from the State of California Budget Act 2021, SB 129. Staff report, please.
Thank you, Mayor Long, Honorable Council. This was some good news. We recently were notified that we received a Building Forward Library Infrastructure Grant totaling $219,083. This is to improve the library building that the city owns and leases to the county of Humboldt for the library. And just for those who don't know, the city owns a building, and consistent with the MOU, the city provides building maintenance, janitorial, and utilities, and the county pays the staff and operates the library and manages all the library assets. So there's no improvements, there's no provisions in the MOU for who makes improvements to the library building, but really just, again, the maintenance and operation. And on March 7th, 2022, the City Council authorized the submittal of a Building Forward Library grant application to the California State Library. The purpose of the grant is to redesign and remodel the existing library footprint, interior amenities, so the library is fully compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act, including heating, ventilation, air conditioning, window upgrades, installation of a backup generator, a Tesla Powerwall, solar panels, and other wiring and communication upgrades. So the thought is once this project's built, it's complete, it'll have all those energy efficiency upgrades, it'll be fully compliant, and going forward in the long term that there will be reduced little or no power costs for use of the building. The city was awarded the grant in the amount of $219,083 with a required match of $109,542. The county has agreed to come up with the matching funds, and they have a variety of sources they will be using for those. And so the city's role on this project really would be to administer the grant in the time it would be for the oversight and administration, working with the county to help implement the grant. So we'll have a kickoff meeting with the county, figure out exactly what the roles and responsibilities are. And the county's willing to take it on because it's our building. The city has to be the administrator and pass through for the grant. So there's attached to the staff report is a copy of the resolution, and staff's recommendation is that the council designate the city manager as the authorized representative to sign the documents associated with the grant, and adopt Resolution 2022-34.
Thank you, Merritt. Any questions for Merritt? Does anyone from the public have any comments or questions? Seeing none, we'll close public comment.
I'd like to make a motion to designate the city manager as the authorized representative and adopt Resolution 2022-34 and read by title only.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Sienna?
Resolution 2022-34, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Fortuna authorizing the grant application, acceptance, and execution of the grant funds from the State of California Budget Act of 2021, SB 129. Councilmember Losi?
Yes.
Councilmember Stanfield?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Trent?
Yes.
Mayor Long?
Yes, thank you. Moving on to our city manager's report. Merritt?
Thank you, Mayor Long. Just a few items. I wanted to update the public and council with the upcoming meeting dates. Our next regular city council meeting will be on December 5th at 6 o'clock. Our next planning commission meeting the meeting for tomorrow is canceled, so the next regularly scheduled meeting will be on December 13th, also at 6 o'clock. Our next Measure E meeting is on December 20th at 5:30 p.m., and our next Roner Community Recreation and Park District meeting date will be on December 7th, 2022 at 2:30 p.m. So I would recommend anybody in the public who's interested in the pool to attend the next meeting. We will be going over some of the alternatives and some of the estimates of costs for that pool. So it's pretty exciting. There's some prospects of a large donation to be made in a sustained manner to the pool. So it'll be interesting to see how this comes out, and really to explore what alternatives that the district wants to move forward with and pursue. So I'm very optimistic with some of the support that the pool appears to be getting at this point. So that meeting is December 7th at 2:30. Yes, in the council chambers. Yeah. I was also, the pre-bid meeting for the new police facility was held last week, and we had a number of interested bidders. Our Public Works Director, Brendan Bird, conducted that meeting, and we've been getting a number of bid questions, which is a really good sign that we're going to have a good bid turnout for that project. Can't say how much it's going to cost, but when you start seeing, people looking at the plans and asking questions, it's a good indicator that they're going to participate. And we had several general contractors that would be capable and reputable for doing that project. So we're excited to have the interest in seeing that project bid and move forward. And the bid opening date is the beginning of December 1st. And so, unless there's other questions that need to be resolved, we should be opening bids on that next week. So a couple of other things I wanted to report. Staff is continuing to work on the mill site specific plan, and we still have been talking and getting input from the developer that's in escrow on a large portion of the mill site property, and we're hopeful that we'll be able to finish the specific plan and have and to gain the support of the future owner of the property. So again, that's one that we've been working on for quite some time, and it's still moving forward. I also conducted with our city clerk and our chamber executive director, we interviewed for FBID staff positions, and we had some very good applicants that were interested in it. So we're going to do a follow-up interview this week, and then we hope to have somebody in that position in the near future. And then the last thing that we've been working on is doing some logging in the area around Vansell Reservoir to protect the structure. And so that logging should wrap up this week and then clean up the following week. And so we're excited to be getting close to finishing that. And we really were lucky that it's not raining yet any more than it was. So we're looking forward to finishing that project in the near future. So that's all I have for my staff report.
All right, thank you. Any future agenda items that we don't have on our list already? Seeing none. Council reports. Mike Losi.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I had an RCEA meeting on November 17th, and the board decided to continue the virtual meetings by Zoom until the cutoff date of February 28th, 2023. Sorry. abiding by the state order AB 361, which requires just cause or emergency, an emergency for a member to attend virtually. I'm sure Sienna knows all about that. Not the emergency, but the 361. Anyway, after February 28th, and the board will be meeting at the Jefferson Community Center in Eureka after that. The board accepted a report from regarding the Energy Risk Management Quarterly Report, which projects an increase in PG&E rates of roughly 3%. Likewise, RCEA will be raising their rates by the 3%, but customers could probably realize or receive a small rebate later next year. The report included a forecast which indicates RCEA will finish November with an expected net revenue of $6.07 million, which is good. That money will go into our reserve program, and with an expected target of $35 million by the end of 2023. Sounds like a large amount of money, and it is. But remember, RCEA deals with an annual budget in excess of $100 million in energy costs that can fluctuate tremendously by millions of dollars. And that's from one year to the next, and many of the causes of those fluctuations are the weather. So we have no control over those kinds of things. If you remember, a couple years back, they had a huge, it was a summertime heat wave in Texas, and it lasted for weeks and weeks, and that affected our energy price and costs here in California. So those fluctuations as far as cost of energy can go millions of dollars. So a large reserve is necessary to have on board, because there are points when we need to borrow if we don't have that reserve. And that was the case last year. We had to borrow $6 million, and the Blue Lake Rancheria, they were good enough to loan that money, and we just this month, RCEA was able to pay that $6 million back. So we're free from that. But that's some of the reasoning why we need such a large reserve going forward. Our CEA is going good. Looks like all is well there. I didn't have a LAFCO meeting. It was canceled this month, so that will be coming up in another 2 months. That's all.
Thank you, Mike. Jeremy?
So I had the opportunity to go to the Historical Society, or Historical Commission meeting for Mike Johnson. He was out of town, or headed out of town, and that was my first one as an alternate, so that was pretty cool to see how that process works and see the different, I'll call them artifacts coming in that are donated to the museum. And I saw a 1947 commencement ceremony program for Fortuna High School. It's kind of neat to tell on people of how old they are, but and then yeah, and they had an unveiling amongst the committee members of the new book that's coming out for the Rodeo Association. So that should and hopefully will be out and available by Christmas time for gifts, for a coffee table book, hopefully. And then Parks and Rec Commission, I haven't met with them since the last meeting, but I just wanted to hit a few highlights on the staff report. We're getting new old growth redwood gutters and replacing the fascia board on the Depot Museum, keeping it period by doing the real wood gutters, and that was donated by the Rodeo Association. And then I'm happy to report there's only one incidence of covering graffiti from this last month compared to several months prior on the museum itself. And then I'm really excited to hear or to see that the attendance of the museum was back up to pre-COVID numbers, 228 visitors last month. So that's great, because in 2020 we had 92. So nice to see our museum being utilized by the public, and also they will be getting ready to decorate in 1922 Christmas, so 100-year, and then along with the caboose and everything else that they do all year round. But just this whole bullet point list of everything that the Parks and Rec Department does that keeps our place beautiful, including, you know, damage by a vehicle to some of the picnic area and things like that, that we get to drive by and see how pretty our parks are, but we don't realize all the effort that it takes to keep them that way. So I just wanted to say thank you to the Parks Department. And other than that, I will say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeremy. Tammy?
I'll add on to that a little bit. There was I don't know if you had an opportunity to read it it's on Facebook on Fortuna Happenings. There was a really nice article, or somebody had written something in there about how nice the parks are. So if you haven't seen it, look it up, because that's a nice compliment for the Parks Department too. Did you get to see that, Jeremy?
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's on there. It's a nice article. Also, the Truckers Parade, Fortuna's Truckers Parade, will be Friday, December 9th at 6:30. It leaves Redwood Village and it ends up down on Main Street. So that's always fun to come out and watch. And that's also the same night that the downtown merchants will have their open house from 5 to 8 o'clock. And then the Kids Free Movie is, I believe it's Saturday the 10th. I'm not positive on that date, but I'm pretty sure that's it. And the tickets you can pick up there's 20 different locations. You can look up those locations on the Chamber's website. And the movie that they'll be seeing this year is Minions, I think, is what they said. So that's all I have to report. Everybody have a nice Thanksgiving. Good shopping.
Thanks, Tammy. We'll have a REDEC executive meeting next week, and that will probably be my last one, because I'll probably cancel the normal meeting on the 28th. The cross-country run, I think, went well, even though it was pouring down rain during race time, and then in the afternoon it cleared up. So that was kind of disappointing, but it maybe gave CR a little bit of an edge. They went on to the finals for state, and Hannah Hartwell from CR actually won state, so that was really exciting. Holiday Dazzle is coming up, so if you start decorating your homes and your businesses, make sure you enter the contest so that you can get on the map so people can actually drive by and enjoy all of your hard work. And there's also prizes that you could possibly win, and we appreciate people stepping up and making our town sparkle. It's always a fun time. And then a quick congratulations to Mike Johnson, Chris Mobley, and Kyle Conley for our new council-elect people that will be taking office probably December 19th. And with that, I think our meeting is done.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, guys.